Yeah, because,
Okay,
all right,
so go ahead and do your statement.
okay. I have lived in Grand Bahama all of my life, and I have watched this beautiful island develop, progress, but I've also seen it go backwards. When it comes to power generation, Grand Bahama has gone backwards. We have experienced from Grand Bahama Power Emera high electricity rates, unstable power, and now frequent power outages, unreliable power. We have known for some time, the Coalition of Concerned Citizens, that the Grand Bahama Power Plant cannot handle peak load capacity. Simply meaning that if all the customers came online at one time, that they could not handle the power generation. And if you go on Grand Bahama Power Company's website, they report to be able to generate 98 megawatts of electricity. This is a fact. Years ago, the Grand Bahama Power Company was generating more electricity than they are presently generating. And another fact is that they are now generating with 2 solar farms connected to the grid. And the capacity of those 2 solar farms are reported to be 9.5 megawatts of electricity. So the question you must ask, what is going on? We are convinced that because of a series of bad management decisions over the years has led to a catastrophic power generation failure of the Grand Bahama Power Company. It is catastrophic because if you are generating less electricity now than you were generating years ago, and you're having this type of problem that we never had years ago. There used to be a time where Grand Bahama was truly the model, but we are no longer the model. It is because of a series of bad management decisions that has brought us to this place. And this is why we believe, with many others, that we need another power company on Grand Bahama. And we need that to happen quickly. And to speak to the present rate application that has been submitted by Grand Bahama Power Company Emera, I believe they should have been submitting an application on how they could reduce the cost of electricity, not how to increase the base rate. So our coalition firmly believes, with the entire Grand Bahama population, that it is time for us to have another power company on Grand Bahama. One that will work in the best interest of the people and the businesses. Because not only are individuals being impacted like myself, but also the businesses across this island, the hotel industry, all of them are being impacted. Potential investors wanting to come to this island are looking at our electricity rate and making decisions that they don't want to come back here. Or they don't even want to invest in such a high electricity cost jurisdiction. But let me speak to what these frequent power outages, and as it's being finally admitted to by the power company, these load shedding. We knew they were load shedding for some time, but they finally decided to admit it. I have had one with my church that I have the wonderful privilege of pastoring, Living Water Assembly. One Sunday, our power was off for 3 hours. 3 hours. So, fortunately, we had a generator that we could have rolled out. We had the extension cord, and we were able to not only have our service, but we live stream, and our broadcast is seen all over the world. And so it was important for us to have reliable electricity for a church service. But let me even get a little more personal. At my own home in the Bahama, we do Zoom prayer meetings. And twice during a Zoom prayer meeting in the evening, the electricity went off. Twice. My wife was being interviewed on a program that was seen internationally online. And she is talking about Grand Bahama, talking about the Bahamas, and the power went off in the middle of the interview on an international broadcast. Unfortunately, I was able to quickly get her back online for probably another 15 minutes before the data on my phone became unreliable. And so I could not keep her plugged into the broadcast. This is just several examples from my own life, and when we consider what's going on with people across the island, there are many, many, many more stories similar or even worse than my story. So it's time for a change. We need to stop this madness in Grand Bahama, and we need to do it quickly. And I just want to encourage everyone that would hear this, take steps to generate your own power. Transition to solar energy as quickly as you can. And the wonderful thing about solar energy, you can do it in stages. You can buy so much panels at one time, then buy another panel at another time, and you can build to your own grid, a grid you control. Could you imagine, get yourself in a position where instead of the power company cutting you off, you cut off the power company? That would be a wonderful position to be in.
They're going to address just about everything. Do you think that, I mean, we have this big carnival celebration key. Do you think that that might be part of what, because the power needs out there would be quite immense for what they're doing? Do you think that some of it is connected to that?
Well, I cannot. No. I'd have to say no, because if you look at the generation capacity years ago, the amount of businesses that were open and not open now, the amount of hotels that were open and not open now, and we had Farmer Camp, and if you go further back, we had Uniroyal. What I'm saying is that years ago they were generating more electricity, and they didn't have the solar farm connected to the grid, and now they're having catastrophic problems. Something is wrong with the way the power company is being ran, and it's not being ran in the best interests of the people of Grand Bahama.
Do you think that there's some financial issues there?
Some
financial issues?
I think it's a corporate profit problem. I believe that a lot of the decisions that are being made are based on how the company can generate more profits. And because the decisions are based on that, that's why they're driving for these higher rates, instead of looking at how they can be the best power provider and also the best in customer service to their customers. That is the problem. And Grand Bahamians, I think they have been pushed beyond the limit, and it's time for us to change this. So from the coalition perspective, we're going to do everything in our power to oppose, and if the unfortunate thing happens where a decision is made to increase the rates, we have to take our fight even further.
Okay, and what's further?
Well, this time, this is as much as I could say. Everything available to us in our country, we will use it to fight any increase in electricity rates and any other further charge to a customer, a power customer in Grand Bahama. That's as much as I could say at this time.
Okay. That's good.
Huh?
Yeah.